Mi 11 or the Mi 11i. This video is a comparison of both of these phones here, though. Which one should you actually get? Because here in Europe, there's not much of a price difference between them now that the price of the Mi 11 has dropped down, and this is the newer released Mi 11. So both of these have the Snapdragon 888. They've got UFS 3.1 storage, but there is a difference in the cameras. There is a slight difference in the storage performance as well, and other differences like the screen and fingerprint readers. So in this in-depth comparison, I'm going to go over all of that so you know exactly which one of these you should go for. First up, I will check out the weights of them. So there's hardly any difference. It's only 4 grams. So we have 196 with the Mi 11i versus 200 grams here with the Mi 11, or 199. It does vary sometimes a little bit there, my scales. Thickness-wise, it is, if I include the camera modules, 11 millimeters versus 11.5, the total thickness. So the Mi 11 has the superior build with a metal frame around the outside, and the side fingerprint reader I actually prefer on the Mi 11i. So the 11i unlocks a little bit faster, and I'll do it here now with the Mi 11. And you see, it's just a little slower, and it's always going to be a little slower. The accuracy on both of them is very good, and I don't find I have too much of a problem. Now, I have this blue one, which is more like an aqua kind of blue color, almost green, and I love the way it shifts out and looks a little bit different. It's a frosted glass finish too. We have the Gorilla Glass Victus on the screens of this one here, the curvature to it, so it doesn't look quite as good as the flat, and in use, I do prefer the flat screens. I'm a flat screen person. Give me an AMOLED, both of them 120 Hz, but flat screen, it is certainly better, I think. Now, the touch response on both of them, that was me just there, and the touch response on both is very, very good, 120 Hz, and of course the high resolution 1440p is what we have on the Mi 11. Does look a little sharper. It depends what you like. Now, when you look at them like this, the bezels certainly do look a lot bigger on the Mi 11i, and that is because of the curvature of the screen. And they are, and it has a little bit more of a chin too. So the design-wise and just look of both of them, I prefer the Mi 11 here. I just think it's far more superior. Now the cameras, very, very similar, the arrangement with the 3 cameras. However, there's a big difference, and there's a downgrade in the Mi 11i. The ultra-wide's 8 megapixels versus the 13 we get on the Mi 11, which is far superior. And this main camera, the HM2 from Samsung, 108 megapixels, that has an f1.9 aperture, but it has optical image stabilization, and the optical image stability, as you see later on with camera comparison I've already done, does actually add quite a lot. So far superior camera on the Mi 11. This one doesn't have the optical image stabilization, it has an f1.8 aperture, the same of this one here, the same 5 megapixel macro camera too. Both models do have IR transmitters at the top. Now you can see the antenna lines with the metal frame here. And why are there no antenna lines on the Mi 11i? Because it has a plastic outside frame, and just inside is an alloy frame. So it's a combination of both, where this one just feels a little more premium than Mi 11. Down the bottom, same here, layout really. So we have the downwards firing microphone, the USB 2 Type-C port. None of these support video out. And the SIM trays both take dual nano SIMs, and the downwards firing speakers there. Now, both of the displays, there is a difference here with them. They're AMOLEDs, but we have a higher resolution on the Mi 11. So this one has WQHD+. Both of them support 120 Hz. But there's one thing that's a deal breaker for me at least, and that is anti-flicker mode. So DC dimming currently on and available, but this doesn't currently have it. The Mi 11i, I believe that Xiaomi could add this simply with a firmware update because the screen does support it. We've seen it with some other phones. So if they do that, then this screen would be a lot better. So flat screen versus the curvature of this one on the edges means you can probably just see here on the left side, it's a little bit of a blue tint coming through on the side. Now, both of these displays have a lot of things you can tweak in them. The color scheme, the color mode there to change that over. And this is great. So I normally keep it on, I'm keeping it on auto here, but I do prefer to keep both of them. If I was going to be using these phones myself on standard, does look a bit better. So these are both excellent displays. Now, I measure the brightness of the Mi 11 to be 790 indoors right now. This one to be 784 nits. So very, very similar there. Now, both of them can go well over 1100 or 1000 nits in direct sunlight. When it senses it, you can put it onto the contrast boosting sunlight mode. And the touch response on both of them is excellent, very, very good. Now you can see with the cameras that the cutout is smaller on this one, okay? The Mi 11i at the top here, but it has that silver ring around it, so it stands out more when looking at content with a black background, as I'm demonstrating right now. So they are both flagship grade displays. It's a real shame we are missing out on the DC dimming with the 11i. Both models have UFS 3.1 storage, and there is a difference here in the speeds. Now that, I believe, is just down to the different chips in them. This is always going to vary. I could buy a new phone right now, a Mi 11, do the same test with the same storage capacity and get slightly different speeds. It's going to vary from unit to unit, but you can see faster on the Mi 11i, which is on the right of the screen, and on the left here, with the Mi 11, it does get faster writes. And then you take a look at the random reads and writes, there's a big difference here. Much quicker on the Mi 11. So it has the faster internal storage, and that is another difference we are seeing there. Now, Antutu scores, they are very, very similar. You can see there's basically really nothing in this, identical. And I'm not really going to test the gaming performance here because to me it is exactly the same, and both of them get very hot. They push the thermals and they don't really seem to throttle, but they will get up to both of these 50 degrees, which is very, very hot. Now, another big difference is the wireless speeds here. So I was able to get slightly faster top speeds on the Mi 11, but the minimum speeds here without so much signal, we're down to 2 bars right here, is actually faster on the Mi 11i, which I'm not too sure. This is just down to software optimization, I think, or it could be the way the antennas are on both of these. So if you want the better wireless when you have low signal strength, the Mi 11i is the way to go there for that one. And here we have now the GPS, so pretty much exactly the same. Both of them do support the dual carrier frequency, as you can see right here, and standard kind of Qualcomm performance down to 3 meters. Both of them have wideband level 1 cert, as you'd expect. Both support Camera 2 API. And then the battery life. So a bit of a difference here, but not that much considering I ran them with the default resolutions, which is the WQHD versus the Plus versus the Full HD Plus. And they give you realistically of real world use on-screen time of about 7 hours to 7.5 on both of these. So the battery life is for 120 Hz. It's good, but it's not amazing. If you don't like that, then of course you lower the screen refresh rate down to 60 Hz. Now, charging times on both of these, slight difference in the battery capacities, slightly larger on the Mi 11, and that from 1% to 100% took 55 minutes, and then from 16 to 143. But if this was down to just 1% as well, very similar time. Both of them are normally always under 1 hour to fully charge them. Onto the audio performance. So we have the more premium hardened card-on speakers on the Mi 11 versus now on the left side, the Mi 11i. Is there a massive difference? Does it really matter? I'm going to play them both now at 100% volume, and let's find out. So there we go. Hopefully you did hear a difference, that it does sound to me a little clearer, slightly louder on the Mi 11. And then onto our camera. So I've just posted a camera comparison between the Mi 11, Mi 11i, and Mi 11 Ultra. The Ultra pretty much won that one, but the difference between these two here, very, very clear when it comes to low light performance. Without the optical image stabilization, the performance of the Mi 11i is nowhere near as good, and that was a big reason. If you take a lot of low light photos or indoor photos in lower light, I would go with the Mi 11. Big difference with the ultra wides too. The ultra wide camera on the Mi 11, 13 megapixels, it can shoot in 4K video, 30, and it just has a better quality overall. The 8 megapixel camera in the Mi 11i is quite a letdown and limited to just 1080p video. But do check out that camera comparison for more examples of what you can expect between these two. So being Captain Obvious here that both of them do have the same chipset, the Snapdragon 888, and the gaming performance is identical. I cannot see any difference in gaming on these in terms of performance unless the game is scaling, or not, should I say, scaling up to the 1440p resolution, and it then tries to run the high resolution. That's when you see a bit of a difference. But for a game like Genshin Impact, performance-wise seems exactly the same to me playing both of them. They both will reach 50 degrees Celsius after 1 hour of gaming. So they both get pretty hot with this demanding game on the maximum settings. If you set it to lower settings, then they seem to top out around 46 degrees Celsius. So I hope I answered that question. Mi 11i or the 11, which is the one to get? Now, currently here in Europe, the Mi 11 has had a bit of a price cut, and it's not really that far off. It's slightly more expensive than the 11i, but it's well worth going for, I think, the Mi 11, as I pointed out. The better cameras, the better speaker, the better screen, all of those things I covered. But this does have a couple of things that are better than Mi 11i. That is the faster side fingerprint reader, the flat AMOLED screen, but it lacks DC dimming, unfortunately. It does have the audio zoom function, this one doesn't have, and it is marginally cheaper, slightly cheaper, again at the time of this video here. So thank you so much for watching. Do check out the camera comparison that I posted. These two Mi 11 models up against the Mi 11 Ultra. It's an interesting watch there. You can see the big differences between the low light performance of these especially, so make sure you catch it, and the full review of this one too. This is basically my review here of the Mi 11i because I'm not going to repeat myself. I've already covered most of it in this video anyway. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.